everyone, before you watch this video make sure you've seen the previous parts in this series, they will be linked in the description. I also wanted to take a moment to cry with you all over the news that the My Hero Academia manga will be finishing on August 5th. I have no idea what I'll do with myself if it really is over. A lot of us are holding out hope for Horikoshi to change his mind, or for a future spin-off to be announced, but for the meantime, it's very sad news. At least we still have a couple seasons to be animated. Anyways, with that out of the way, this video opens a little abruptly, with Shinso and Kaminari in the hotel room from the last part. What do you wanna eat? I'm feeling spicy chicken. Alright, let's check the room service menu. God, I'm starving, I hope it doesn't take too long. They have chicken wings and spicy dip, you want me to order that? Yes please, hey you could use your quirk and get it for free you know. Are you sure you're in the hero course? Hey, I wasn't saying you should, just saying it was possible. Sure. Can you handle staying quiet for 2 minutes while I call room service? Sigh, I dunno if I can go that long without telling you how pretty you are. Shinso blushed and looked away as he picked up the phone in their hotel room, getting jittery with butterflies at Kaminari's nonchalant flirting. Sure, they already admitted they liked each other, but that didn't mean he was instantly ready for the flirty boy to be so open about everything. I might hop in the shower while you call, unless you want me to wait so you can join me. You need to contain yourself. Sorry, it's so difficult when you're so easy to make shy. Go shower, you stink. Hey, I'm not that bad. He pouted before lifting an arm up to sniff himself and huffing. He didn't smell bad at all. Shinso just needed a break from his teasing. But he did shower as Shinso ordered their food, swapping over after he was done, so Kami was the one waiting for the food to arrive as Shinso showered. Hidoshi, you done yet? Food is here. I'll be out in a sec, just start eating without me. Well, that wouldn't be very polite of me. I know how hungry you are, I won't be offended, go eat. But Shinso suddenly opened the door, stood there with a towel wrapped around his waist and a frustrated frown. Go and eat Denki. The blonde boy almost electrocuted himself on the spot, the way Shinso's toned body was stood an arm's length away as water droplets ran down his skin. Hot. What? The food is hot. It'll get cold if you take too long, He gulped thickly and Shinso cleared his throat, looking down at himself as Kami's eyes refused to look up from his chest. You're shameless, you know that, right? Hey, I'm really holding myself back here. I could be a lot more shameless, but for your sake I'm not going feral. Geez, let me get dressed please, just go and eat. He shut the door and Kaminari immediately rested his head against the wall to curse at himself. The second we're done eating I'm making out with him so hard. Instant non-stop makeout session, holy fuck he's hot. He started eating and before long the purple-haired boy joined him. They chatted about the plans for tomorrow's patrol and other boring stuff, in Kami's words, until the food was gone. And the tension in the room could be cut with a knife. Can we make out? What? You said you like me back, right? I wanna kiss you so bad, please can I kiss you? I mean, I do like you. A lot, I've never kissed anyone before. Really? But you're so hot? Am I? Oh my god yes, holy fuck, I wish you weren't so shy with me cause I have these fantasies of you using your cloths to tie me up and Denki? Sorry, I've just kept it all inside for so long cause you were pretty intimidating, which only made you hotter, but like, now I know you like me too, it's like everything can finally be said. Maybe some things should have stayed in for at least a little longer. I'll be chill, I swear. I would never wanna pressure you or anything, I can go at your pace, but will you at least be my boyfriend? Kami reached forward and put his hand on Shinso's on the table between them, and the taller boy felt himself blushing again. He wasn't sure he'd ever get used to how easily Kaminari can talk about this stuff. Like make it official? Like everyone would know? I would like that, but it's up to you. I'd like to be able to call you my boyfriend, but maybe not, for everyone to know right away. Okay, that's alright with me, boyfriend. He smiled so brightly and Shinso felt the butterflies in his stomach again. He wasn't usually one to get this giddy, but he couldn't hide his own happiness as he flipped his hand over to intertwine their fingers. Now can we make out? Oh my god, you need to give me time to process these things. The next morning Kaminari woke up in Shinso's arms, and he thought he was the happiest guy in the world. However, someone else rivaling his happiness was just in the next room. Mornin' Ka-chan. 5 more minutes. Hehe, you're cute, but we have to get ready for patrol today. Deku's fingers gently inched up Bakugo's bare chest over his shoulders, delicately massaging his skin as he hummed softly. Whoa, this is the absolute best way to wake up. You're welcome. Who gave you the right to be so cute this early in the morning? He peeked his eyes open to look at the freckled boy who was staring up at him with the most precious smile on his face. Would a morning kiss be gross? Maybe, but who cares? He grumbled, lazily leaning down to press their lips together as Deku's fingers brushed through his hair. When they pulled apart they were both rosy-cheeked and shy, Deku burying his face into the crook of Bakugo's neck. Alright, I'm up, don't you keep us here now. But this is so nice. But you were right to wake me up, we have patrol, don't you wanna see how half and half is doing? Yeah I do. Come on then, get up, you're trapping me in here. He huffed and nudged Deku as the boy giggled through his low-energy protests, until they were finally out of the bed and Bakugo stretched. Can we find a bigger bed to sleep in tonight? Tonight, like you wanna share again? Obviously. I told you I sleep holding a pillow anyway, I'd much rather it be you. I see. What's that face for? Nothing. Don't lie to me. He scooped Deku up from behind as the boy squealed and flailed his arms in panic, giggling cutely and making Bakugo's insides swirl with butterflies. I'm so happy, it's so weird. It's gonna take a while to get used to this, but thank you for not giving up on me when I was confused about my feelings. That's not something to thank me for. It was literally impossible for me to accept that you liked icy hot and he didn't feel the same. He's crazy for that. I always knew it anyway, and besides, I think I only convinced myself I liked him romantically because I wanted to pretend I didn't feel that way about you. You can't say stuff like that. I'll get too big of an ego if I think you've liked me that long. What if I like your ego? Nobody likes a cocky asshole. I love when you're super confident, it's sexy. Bakugo felt his face heating up as Deku tilted his head and stepped closer, placing his palm on his bare chest again, and feeling the way his heart was racing. I thought we were getting ready to go. We've got time. The blonde boy hesitated for a moment, the only thing holding him back being the fear that this was some sort of test and he would fail if he gave in instead of getting them ready for patrol. But as he looked into Deku's eyes, it was obvious they weren't ready to leave that hotel room yet. Bakugo brought a hand up to cup Deku's chin and connect their lips, noticing the way Deku's nails gently scraped against the skin of his chest as their mouths softly brushed together. He ran a hand into the freckled boy's hair and felt him sigh contently into their kiss as his fingers delicately massaged his scalp. Their lips encapsulated each other's over and over, but it was slow and warm, not desperate and needy, as though they wanted to slow time down with their very actions. Bakugo pulled back and tilted Deku's chin up to press his lips across his jaw to his neck, hearing the way his breath hilted and his fingers tensed against his skin. Ka-chan. I'm not doing anything stupid. Okay. The shorter boy relaxed as Bakugo delicately kissed his freckled skin over and over, before trailing back up to connect their lips again. There, you satisfied now? I'm all tingly, Ka-chan. That was really nice. Good, now can I get dressed? You too. Deku huffed but nodded, going to take a step back and trying to ignore how his legs felt all wobbly and unstable. I just need to go splash my face with water or something. It's hot in here. Sure. 10 minutes later. Finally ready to head out? Yup, sorry I made us late. We'll only be like 5 minutes late if we run though. Wait. Just as the pair was about to step foot outside their hotel room, Bakugo suddenly pulled Deku back and pinned him to the wall. The shorter boy's eyes blew wide as he stared up at Bakugo, but the blonde's raven eyes were squinted as he looked away from Deku toward the door. And it was only then that Deku heard the voices coming from outside. They were literally in the room next to us, right? Don't you think they'll still be in there? Not after how much you stalled us this morning. They're probably long gone, actually on time for patrol. Man, I really wanted to see if Midoriya had any hickeys or something. You're a nightmare. I'm probably the only one who had to put up with hiding a hickey today. Sorry, not sorry. Their voices faded and Bakugo finally sighed, looking back to Deku in frustration, until he noticed how close they were and how the freckled boy was staring at his features so intently. Stop looking at me like that. That brainwashing freak wasn't wrong, you know. You already made us late. You're hot. Bakugo's words got caught in his throat and his eyes widened. He could feel the way his heart jumped in his chest and he instantly frowned, looking away and clenching his fists against the wall. You're really testing me, nerd. Why am I the one who has to keep you on track right now? Do you want me to give up and stay here to make out with you all morning because I will? Well, what about just one more kiss? Sigh, we're gonna be such terrible heroes. 20 minutes later. You two are half an hour late. What do you take this for? Sorry Endeavor-san? I took too long to shit this morning. What? Alright. Is Todoroki-kun okay? Shoto is waiting for you at the first street on your patrol. I have other business to attend to today. Hurry up and meet with him. Yes sir. Sorry sir. The boys rushed out of Endeavor's agency and Bakugo checked his phone for the map of their patrol route, directing Deku to head to their right. Hey thanks for covering for me back there. You didn't have to do that. It's nothing. I just said the first excuse that came to mind. He brushed it off but Deku surprised him by shyly turning and kissing his cheek as they were walking side by side, making him stumble over his feet a little. He blushed and turned to look at the grinning boy, before looking around the street in panic. We're in public. Was anyone looking? I dunno. You're late. Sorry Todoroki-kun. How are you doing? Are you feeling alright? Of course, I'm all better. Sigh, good. Be more careful today, yeah? Well, hopefully we won't have to fight anyone today. I'm glad you seem fine. I was really worried about you. Oh, well thanks. Alright, let's actually get on patrol now. Bakugo huffed and walked ahead, clearly trying not to show his jealousy of Deku caring for Todoroki. Where are we heading today, Mr. Mapman? The freckled boy quickly caught up to Bakugo and latched onto his side, peering onto his phone to check their map, their close proximity immediately making Bakugo relax and smile bashfully. Most of our route is down pretty quiet back streets, until we get to this main road here. It's got a lot of expensive stores that villains usually target. I see. He hummed softly but didn't move away, instead reaching down to hold Bakugo's hand as they both blushed. What's up with you two? He panicked and pulled his hand back, taking a small step away from Bakugo to leave a tiny amount of space between them. He looked to Bakugo with wide eyes, having no idea what he would want him to say, only to see the blonde boy smiling softly at him. Nothing much yet, just happy. I see, you're adorable. I'm glad I didn't keep you down for too long, Midoriya. That would have been impossible with how quick Ka-chan was to make me feel better. Bakugo felt his chest swell warmly and couldn't stop himself from pulling Deku closer to kiss his cheek. Alright, you're cute, but maybe tone it down with the PDA while we're supposed to be working, right? Sorry, we should be focusing on patrol. Half an hour later. Finally, hey, we're about to go down the main street. We're supposed to wait on this street for a while cause it's peak crime time. I'm hungry. We have snacks? Hey, Deku-kun? Why are these guys here? Just as they turned onto the main street, Mina, Kaminari, and Shinso were about to head down from the other side of the road. Oh my god, not these two again. Why are you following us? We're not following you? OMG, hi guys. Mina excitedly greeted everyone, giving Todoroki a hug before moving across to Bakugo only to get shoved aside. You're not supposed to be patrolling here, this is on our route. Shinso pulled out his phone and checked the map Mirko had given them that morning. We were told to cover this street. But it says here that this is usually on Endeavor's patrol route. Exactly, Dun's face obviously can't read a map. It isn't even me who has the map, it's Hidoshi. Hey Todoroki, why are those two arguing? I have no idea. You should all leave, whether it's on your stupid map or not. Clearly we're better heroes than the dumbass trio. Hey, stop being so rude. Mina pouted and shot some acid toward Bakugo's feet, which only made him stick his middle finger up as a petty response. Bakubro, why are you so mad at me? Like more than normal. Cha, I'm not. It just feels like no matter where we go we can't get a break from you. This is the first time I've seen you in days. Same. Well, we bumped into each other at the hotel last night. What? You all stayed at a hotel? I just took Denki to stay somewhere nearby that boba place yesterday. You know he needed to recover. We only went there because it was close to our patrol, and after those villains yesterday, Icy Hot got totally fucked up and I needed to shower and sleep immediately. Kami, why didn't you tell me? It was none of your business. But I need the tea. The tea is my business. She wailed and held on to Kaminari's shoulders, looking into his eyes as she shook him dramatically. Are you dating now? You both seem super awkward all morning. Why would you keep this a secret? I asked Denki to keep it a secret because I didn't want it to be a big deal while we're supposed to be focused on doing actual real hero work. So you are dating? Hee, yup. Congrats Kami, I'm so happy for you both. Yes that's great, but Shinso made a great point. We shouldn't all be standing here when we're supposed to be patrolling. Exactly, and once again, we have this street covered, you three can go another way. No Bakugo, this is on our route? I'll just call Mirko to clear this up. Well then I'm calling Endeavor. Guys, surely there's a way to sort this out without wasting their time? Not our fault they're being so stubborn. Before long the two pros had arrived at the scene and were clearly not happy to be there. Ah, this was my bad, I mixed up the street name. It's not a problem. Mirko smiled awkwardly as she led her group away, Bakugo taunting them smugly until Deku elbowed his side. Come on Ka-chan, it wasn't their fault. Shoto, you need to stand your ground more. I gave you orders, so you should have known this was your street without having to call me while I'm busy. Well, I'm sorry, but I did try to stand my ground, though I believe that my friends aren't stupid, so I would never assume the information I have is any more credible than theirs. Todoroki frowned up at his father, and the other two boys stared in shock as the number one hero seemed to falter for a moment. I see, well I have to get back to business. He turned and immediately flew off in a blaze of fire, leaving Deku to gawk in awe at Todoroki as he rushed over to him. Congrats Todoroki-kun? Well done for standing up to him. He wrapped his arms around the half and half boy for a hug, and Todoroki comfortably hugged back with a bashful smile. Thanks, I never would have been able to in the past, it's thanks to you that I can. Just as Deku was about to let him go, he could feel himself being tugged backwards, separating their hug as he was pulled face to face with a pouting Bakugo. You can't go hugging icy hot like that when you might still have feelings for him. I won't let you. Ka-chan, I already explained what happened with my feelings. I know it seems fast and it might not make much sense, but I love you. I told you it's different from Todoroki. Bakugo's eyes widened and his cheeks flushed pink as he looked past Deku to Todoroki, who was staring smugly at him with a raised eyebrow. You know he's right there, right? Pfft, have you two even finalized your relationship? Oh not yet. We were just kind of enjoying the moment. I didn't want it to seem too rushed, since he did only just confess to you. If you both feel so strongly about each other, why would you wait to make it official? I guess he has a point. Of course I do. You've been in love with Midoriya for as long as I've known you. Nah, I didn't know how I felt about him back then. You were hopeless in love, and Midoriya clearly never loved me. Well I did. I do. Just maybe not romantically. Exactly. That's reserved for Bakugo, and now you know that and literally spent a night in a hotel together. Who knows what you got up to? Why won't you just date, officially, become a couple? I hate that you're being smart. He huffed in annoyance but froze as Deku turned and held his hand, looking up into his eyes shyly. Ka-chan, will you be my boyfriend? You're really just asking like that, right now? Yup. Well, duh, of course I will. They couldn't hold back their rosy smiles as Deku giggled and held both his hands, raising onto his tiptoes to kiss Bakugo's cheek again. Glad I could be of some help. The end of the week. The students had finished their hero work studies and had planned a fun little party in the dorms after Momo offered to share some of her fancy tea to celebrate and catch up before going back to school. Deku was waiting in the common area perfectly on time, of course, but Bakugo still wasn't there yet, and he couldn't stop staring at his phone waiting for his boyfriend to reply to him. In chat with Ka-chan. Is everything alright? Dun's face is making us late, sorry. Oh, it's okay, I was just worrying. Heart. Deku stared at the heart on his screen and felt his cheeks heating up as his lips pulled into a smile. Midoriya, you might want to. What smiling at like that, Deku-kun? Todoroki wasn't quite fast enough to warn Deku, so he was caught off guard as Yuruka suddenly appeared in front of him, making him immediately shut his phone off and shove it into his pocket. It was just a cute video. Why didn't you let me see? 'Cause he's hiding something. No. I was only on my phone waiting for the others to arrive. Looking at my phone at a gathering was rude of me. It's alright, it's not your fault people are late. Sorry they aren't on time for your perfectly brewed tea, babe. Jiro squeezed her girlfriend's hand sweetly and Momo blushed as she shook off her pout. More for us, right? I'm sorry but I won't be having any. Traumatized. I'd love to try some. Oh, Ka-chan? Just as Deku was reaching forward to accept some of Momo's expensive tea, the 5 boys who were late finally emerged from the stairs, making him instantly ignore everything else to rush over and greet them. Sorry we're late. Kami got his hair stuck in the dryer. It wasn't my fault. Bakugo totally knocked my arm. Sorry, I was walking around my own room, dumbass. I never invited you to get ready with me. We invited ourselves. Ka-chan, are you alright now, Kaminari-chan? Yeah, just ripped out a few hairs, but Hidoshi doesn't love me any less, so I don't care. He immediately turned and kissed his boyfriend's cheek, making Shinso flush red and look to the ground. You two are so cute. Aren't they so cute? Of course they're cute, but I want to talk to my own boyfriend. Can we go sit down? Of course. Ka-chan. Hi Midobro, how were your work studies? Oh, it was fun? Did Bakugo not talk to you about it? No, he was super vague. There wasn't much to say. Kirishima? Come try Momo's tea, it's so good. We'll go do that too. I thought you didn't want. Shush, he's actually doing something useful with himself right now. Bakugo murmured quietly as Todoroki left the duo by the stairs. Everyone else was now huddled round the table waiting for Momo's overly extravagant tea. Oh, I see. You look so cute. I do? You always do. I missed you. You saw me yesterday. You didn't miss me? I'm kidding, of course I did. He looked down to Deku's hands and chewed his lips in frustration. He just wanted to hold them and pull him close, plant a kiss on his head just like he deserved. Deku-kun, your tea is gonna get cold? Coming. Come on Ka-chan, if we sit together, that wouldn't be weird, right? I'll sit next to Kirishima, then you the other side, yeah? Okay. Todoroki, you haven't even touched your tea. I know I'm waiting for it to cool down. Deku sat down next to Bakugo, and as Todoroki happened to be beside him on the other side, he couldn't help but notice how his hands were shaking. Are you alright, Todoroki-kun? Totally? Hey, Midoriya. Deku frowned and leaned across Todoroki towards Siro, who was sat the other side, making the half boy lean back and look at them both in confusion. I think it's the teapot. What? He paused suddenly, before turning to look at Todoroki, who was staring with wide eyes, his skin pale and hands still trembling in his lap. Oh, you're scared to miss out on the tea? Yes. What are you two yelling about? You have tea right there, Todoroki, just drink it. Without a second thought, Deku frantically turned and immediately picked up Todoroki's teacup, bringing it to his mouth and gulping it all down quickly. Midoriya. Ahem, that was delicious. Deku-kun, you aren't supposed to drink it that fast. Momo worked really hard on balancing the flavors. You're supposed to savor it. Oops, it seems I drank the wrong cup anyway, so I'll just savor this one instead. You should give that one to Todoroki since you drank. No, I tried some, I'm fine, it was nice. Wait, you drank from that cup? Gasp, an indirect kiss? No, I think it was the other side of the cup. You didn't actually drink any, did you? No, of course not. You might want to tell Bakugo that. Todoroki turned to his left only to see a sight that left him frozen, Bakugo glaring at him with eyes filled with fiery rage. Oh man, all that tea made me need the bathroom. I'll take you. Before anyone could question them, Bakugo had already dragged him out the room. They've been so weird lately, you know. Has he spoken to you since he confessed to Midobro? Oh, I forgot that happened. Poor Bakugo, he likes Deku, but he just shared an indirect kiss with the boy he likes. That must be difficult. Oh, no wonder they rushed off. They all think I'm the bad guy here. They have no idea I've been dragged between their secret. Now would be the perfect time to put my quirks together and evaporate. Meanwhile, Bakugo had pulled Deku all the way to the toilets and was waiting outside with his arms crossed and a frown plastered across his brow. Indirect kiss? He had a fucking indirect kiss with Icy Hot? I was his first kiss, I'm supposed to be his only kiss. That stupid bastard can't take that away from me when he literally rejected Izuku. Why did he drink the tea though? He did it on purpose, I saw him, and they were talking all secretive right before too. Did he want to kiss him? He told me he didn't. What if he lied? What if I'm the rebound after he was rejected? Just as Bakugo was about to storm into the toilets and confront Deku, the freckled boy walked through the door with an oblivious smile on his face, rolling down his sleeves after washing his hands. Kachaya? His precious smile was wiped from his lips as Bakugo suddenly held his face and pressed his back against the wall. You don't like Icy Hot, do you? You told me the feelings were different. You love me, right? The shock on Deku's face immediately melted as he looked into Bakugo's worried eyes, and he reached up to cup his cheeks. Ka-chan, of course I love you. Is this about the tea? Todoroki never even drank any. Zero noticed he was scared. I think it was the memories from his childhood and how he got his scar, you know? I just panicked and wanted to save him the embarrassment. I promise you there was no indirect kiss. He giggled a little and Bakugo could feel himself flushing hot red with embarrassment. Oh god, I'm so needy. I'm sorry for doing this again, it's so embarrassing. Hey, it's okay, don't apologize. I'll reassure you over and over how much I love you. I have absolutely no problem doing that, Ka-chan. But I don't want to be annoying. I don't know why I find it so hard to just believe it. What? What's Why don't we just tell everyone? At some point tonight when it feels natural, there's no need to be scared. But are you sure? After all the stuff with Todoroki, I am sure. They might think it's a little weird I was confessing to Todoroki and now suddenly I'm with you, but we'll be happier once we can openly be together, right? Yeah, I'd like that. They smiled so sweetly at one another, and Deku couldn't stop himself from pulling Bakugo down to connect their lips. He reciprocated immediately and they began to get a little carried away, just kissing passionately in a random dorm hallway. Just as Bakugo was about to pull back and latch his lips to Deku's neck, they were interrupted as Kaminari and Shinso stumbled into the same hallway with their own lips locked. Denki, hang on. Oh shit. The two pairs stared at each other for a moment, all but Kaminari flushing red with embarrassment as their hearts raced. I knew you had to be together. When we saw you at the hotel you were totally giving couple energy. Or are you more like fuck buddies? I could see that. What? No? So you're dating then? Shut up, dunce face. Go make out with your boyfriend somewhere else. I needed to go to the bathroom. He insisted on following me. Sorry about that. Bakugo dragged Deku past the other couple, leaving Kaminari to sulk behind as his boyfriend continued toward the toilets. What did I do? You're so shameless. Of course I am. I bagged you. There's no need to be quiet about it. I want to show you off. You're allowed to love me without getting other people's validation for it, you know. Huh? That's got nothing to do with it. Look, I'm just really needy and want all your love and affection, and being close to you in front of my friends isn't a problem for me. I'm just happy to be with you. Sigh, I know, touch is your love language. Shinso smiled softly before bringing Kaminari's hand up to his lips, making the blonde boy practically melt on the spot as his stomach fluttered with butterflies. Watching Shinso head into the toilets as he turned and leaned against the wall outside. Ah, I'm so blessed. Later that evening. Is it time for bed yet? If you're sleepy, Ka-chan, then. No way. You can't leave the party yet? We should play a game. Totes agreed. What about the classic Truth or Dare? It could be fun. As long as nobody asks any weird questions. Isn't Truth or Dare just disguised as a game when really all anyone wants to do is find out about secret crushes and force people to kiss? You didn't need to call it out like that. Is it really? I've never played. I thought I would get to ask what Yoyoro's most expensive gift was. I'm sure you can still ask whatever you'd like, Todoroki-kun. I'll go first. Kirishima, Truth or Dare? Started off strong. Dare. I dare you to run to Bakugo's dorm and bring back something embarrassing. Why does his dare have to humiliate me? Why not? Sorry bro, I'll choose something not so bad, I swear. I knew I should've gone to bed before this started. It'll be fine, Ka-chan. I'm sure nothing you have is that embarrassing anyway. Who boy, you have no idea. Shut up, weed boy. I'm back? Geez, you really did run. I have. A childhood photo. OMG, let me see. Oi, which one? The class huddled around the small photo Kirishima had brought down, and immediately the girls began cooing. I had no idea you and Deku-chan were that close when you were little. Huh, me? Well shit. Deku shuffled closer and peeked through everyone to take a look at the photo. I've never even seen this picture before. Cha, my mom took it one time when we were looking after you cause your mom had an emergency or something. I just thought it was cute so I kept it. Deku turned to stare at his boyfriend. The blonde boy had this shy pink hue to his cheeks and couldn't look him in the eye. And Deku was so close to dive tackling him for a kiss over how freaking precious this all was, until he realized everyone had already moved on. Okay, well now it's my turn. Kami bro, Truth or Dare? I could choose Dare. I'm not scared, but I also can't be bothered to move, and Dares involve doing something. Seriously dude? I'm comfortable with Hidoshi. I'm choosing Truth, and you can't make me feel bad about it. Boring. Dares are scary sometimes. Of course they are to you. Bakugo was clearly teasing Deku, and the freckled boy didn't take it lightly. He hadn't said anything intentionally mean or insulting to him since he confessed across the class group chat, and this wasn't exactly serious, but it still lit something within him. Damn it, I suck at this. I can't even think of a question to ask you, dude. Could I ask one? Oh, sure. That's okay, right? Totally? Ahem, Kaminari. What does it feel like when you've fried your brain and you're in stupid mode? Ugh, that's your question? My apologies, should I ask something else? No? That's a totally valid question, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm slightly curious as well. I dunno, I don't really remember much of it afterwards. I guess I just feel super fuzzy and numb the whole time, and then my memory gets foggy. Why did you want to know something like that? I've been wondering lately what would happen to me if I used both my quirks at full capacity simultaneously. Now I worry I may just get fuzzy memories too. That wouldn't fix my problem. He is upset he cannot evaporate. Right, moving on. My turn? Finally, time to make it interesting. Here we go, exactly what I said would happen. Deku, truth or dare? Oh, of course he'll pick truth. Didn't you just hear him say dares are scary? Both options are valid, Bakugo. Saying truth isn't a cop-out. Answering a difficult question can also be scary. Thanks, Yurika-san, but I think I will go with dare. Honestly, it didn't really matter either way, but this way will be more entertaining. Deku looked back to Kaminari and felt his stomach drop as he suddenly realized what this meant, and the mischievous glint in his eyes only confirmed his fears. He's one of the only people who knows about me and Ka-chan, and of those people he is the only one bold enough to call us out. Midoriya, Deku, Izuku. Oi, I dare you, to kiss the cutest person in the room. Really, Kaminari? Dude, that's totally not cool. That's so unfair. You can't expect him to do that? Everyone immediately erupted in protests, yelling at the smug boy who only sat back and took it all, his eyes not leaving Deku's as the freckled boy glared right back. You know that's a sensitive topic, Kaminari. Can't you ask something else? Everyone anxiously looked between Deku and the boy next to him, but they were looking the wrong side, because of course Todoroki wasn't on Deku's mind at all. He tried to steady himself, before sighing and turning to his left, looking into Bakugo's eyes as they both nervously prepared for what was to come, and as soon as the blonde boy worked up the courage, he knew it was now or never. He reached up to grab Deku's hoodie and tugged him close to kiss him. It was rushed and awkward in front of everyone, but their stomachs still fluttered with butterflies knowing they wouldn't have to be secretive anymore. What? I mean, I knew you seemed close when we bumped into each other during hero work, but what happened with Todoroki? Oh, I'm so relieved. I know I asked you to do it, but I really didn't think you had the balls, if I'm being honest. Wait, you knew? Duh, you really all think I'm awful enough to give him a dare like that if I thought he still liked Todoroki? It's okay, love. I knew you were just trying to be a good friend. I wouldn't call that being a good friend. Well, to be honest, Ka-chan, we did say we would try to tell everyone tonight, and without a situation like that it would have been pretty difficult. Wait, what? Tell us what? That wasn't just a kiss because you think he's cute? Oh, we're dating, so shut up about icy hot. Yes, please do. Oh gosh, we really had been making everything a little awkward, hadn't we? It was difficult to know whether they were both okay or not after what happened. I was upset, of course, but Ka-chan cheered me up real fast, and it was after we started spending a lot of time together before and during the hero studies, that I realized my feelings for Todoroki were most likely just me trying to cover up and move on from what I'd always felt for Ka-chan. That's so fucking cute, but also sad, but mostly cute. I'm so happy for you both. It's whatever, don't make it weird. And just keep in mind that Izuku has a very mean and scary boyfriend, so back off. Dude, you're not that scary. So true. Bro, this is why you've been being so vague? I was worried about you since you kind of accidentally outed yourself, you know. Congrats though. But Kami bro, how did you know anyway? Oh, funny story. We bumped into them when they were checking into a hotel together. Dude, shut up. A hotel? They shared a hotel room? It had 2 beds, which we totally used, both beds. You're a horrible liar. Hang on a minute, when I saw you and was whining about not being told about the hotel, you were already together? Both of you pairs of gays? Not exactly, we were a little scared to make it official so soon after my confession to Todoroki. I asked everyone to stop bringing that up. Oh, sorry Ka-chan? They eventually moved on from the situation and continued playing the game. cycling through each person until suddenly Bakugo felt a weight on his shoulder and looked down to see that Deku had fallen asleep against him. And I thought I was the one who wanted an early night. Hey I'm gonna take Izuku to bed. Stop, that's adorable, I'll cry. The girls cooed sweetly as Bakugo carefully stood and lifted Deku in his arms, carrying him like a koala with his face resting against his shoulder and legs hoisted round his waist. Don't get too freaky in the dorms. Bakugo merely stuck his middle finger up as he carried his sleeping boyfriend away and up the stairs, leaving them all to continue playing. As he was almost reaching his dorm room, he could feel Deku's lips subtly pressing against his neck, leaving barely their kisses as he mumbled quietly in his sleep, making the blonde boy's cheeks heat up as he smiled. God, he's so cute. He opened his dorm door and carefully placed Deku on his bed, but as he went to let go and stand back up, Deku whined softly and his eyes slowly blinked open. Hey, you fell asleep, so I brought you to bed. Deku immediately blushed in embarrassment, retracting his hands from Bakugo's shoulders and sitting up a little in the bed. Oh, thank you. You were kissing me and mumbling in your sleep. What was that about? I was having a really nice dream about you. And what were we doing in said dream? Well, we were just kissing. Are you sure? He teased and knelt onto the bed in front of Deku, making the freckled boy put his hands out and shuffle back with wide eyes. I mean, there was a lot of touching, but it was still just kissing. Pfft, you're so cute. Ka-chan. He whined and looked away shyly, and it was only then that he finally noticed they were in Bakugo's dorm. Wait, you brought me here, not my dorm? I didn't know where you would prefer to stay, but since you literally fell asleep on me, I didn't want to wake you to ask, and I didn't feel right just going into your room without permission. Oh God, he's so respectful and considerate. That's so hot.
How is he so fucking hot and respectful?
That one simple act of courtesy had Deku getting way more worked up than it should have, and all he wanted to do was make out with his perfect boyfriend in bed. So he reached up with grabby hands and big shiny eyes, pleading for Bakugo to come closer. I think I kinda passed my tired phase. I don't think I went asleep yet. Who said we'll be sleeping? Bakugo froze and his eyes widened, looking at Deku's sultry gaze before immediately getting excited, tearing his shirt over his head to dive forward and kiss him desperately. God, I love you. Less talking, more kissing. The end. I managed to write this quicker than I expected. Videos will continue to be irregular, but I'm hoping I'll be able to keep this momentum up. So thank you all for your understanding and patience with me. I mentioned in the last video that I had just moved into a house full of children, and since then I have moved again. I could not handle the children, so I'm staying with my nan until I can move again into a place of my own, meaning things are all very uncertain, and that's why making videos has been so difficult. I hope to continue making them as much as I can though, so thank you for your support, and a special thanks to my YouTube channel members. I never expected to get any at all, so when I suddenly realized that some people were giving me that bonus support, I actually cried. It was so sweet. I'm not going to sit here and beg for more members since I don't have much to offer in return. However, I have drawn some special emotes for members to use in the comments, and I'm sure I'll make some members only announcements and sneak peeks and ask you all for your ideas as well. So if anyone thinks that's worth it, then I'd be incredibly grateful. I set it to the cheapest amount also. Oh my goodness, this outro is way too long. I'll start working on the next video immediately, I promise. I hope you enjoyed this series, despite the parts releasing so far apart, and I love you all so much.